Hey everybody, it's Frozen with Outdoor Adventures and thanks for joining me. Today what I wanted to do was go over my cook kit, water storage, and water filtration for my Appalachian Trail through hike attempt starting on February 23rd. Now, if you haven't seen one of my gear videos, what I like to do is go over each item and why I'm bringing it, and then I will list the weights, both in ounces, and for our metric friends, I listed in grams as well. So let's go to the table and let's talk about it. Okay, first off, water purification and filtration is really important. I'm the kind of person that likes to use bottles instead of bladders. I know a lot of people like bladders. For me, it just seems like more of a hassle and a big pain than it needs to be. I like knowing how much water I have throughout the day. I like bottles because they're easier to filter, so I've chosen just a 1 liter smart water bottle with a sports cap from the smaller size smart water bottles, and I'm bringing 2 of them. To filter water, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring this Sawyer squeeze. I don't like the mini because it's just not fast enough for me, and I personally haven't really tried the micro, which is a new product from Sawyer. I may pick it up along the trail just to try it, but for now I am starting with the Sawyer squeeze. For extra water capacity and to filter water, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring this 2 liter Evernew bag. Now, this is a brand new bag. I had one for about 2 years and it busted on me. I've heard their quality control is going down a little bit. So on top of this, just in case, I have a knock Vecto bag in kind of like a reserve state. So I'll get sent this just in case. The reason why I'm not starting with this is because I really don't like how stretchy this is. It's a great bag, don't get me wrong, but for me, I like when I'm filtering water, I like something that's going to be, firm and it just feels solid. So like I said, if this breaks, I will shoot over the Vecto to myself. Now, sometimes you run upon a stream that, it's really low, it's not flowing very fast, and you can't stick this Evernew bag or your water collector bag underneath of like a waterfall or something. So what you do, I just cut off a Deer Park water bottle, cut it at the bottom, and now I have a little water scoop that I can then dump it into my Evernew bag. So this is completely collapsible, doesn't take a lot of room up, and what I do is I just kind of put my Sawyer filter in there to kind of save some room. Now, in colder weather, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put my Sawyer squeeze filter inside one of these Ziploc quart-sized bags, and I'm going to put it in my pocket to keep it warm. Reason being is once this freezes, it renders it pretty much useless and it's not going to effectively filter your water for you. On those cold days, I will, however, be using Aquamira drops. And what these are, it's just a chemical treatment. What you do is you put 7 drops of each bottle in, so part A and part B, put them together, let them react. After 5 minutes, you can then treat your water, but then you have to wait an additional 15 to 30 minutes. Now, originally there's like a little cap on here, a little like flat cap that you're supposed to use to mix these chemicals together. I'm not gonna do that because it literally takes 10 minutes if you do that, because remember, we want 2 liters of water usually. For me, I like to carry 2 liters. What I'm instead going to do is I'm just going to carry this little contact case, and I'm going to put 7 drops of each into each slot. So 7 drops of part A and part B here, 7 drops of part A and part B on the other side, and that way I can filter 2 liters of water with really not much downtime except for the time it takes to actually treat the water inside my bottle. So I'm going to do that. Okay, so I think that covers pretty much my water treatment and storage. Let's move on to the cook kit. Now, my cook kit has changed a little bit here. It's still the same pot that I've used for years, but I'm going with a BRS titanium stove, and I've had this for a couple years as well. The reason why I'm going with a BRS titanium stove, because for the people that have followed me for a while, you guys know that I really love my alcohol Fancy Feast stove, but I feel like canisters are just going to be easier to acquire while on the trail, so I'm just not going to worry about getting denatured alcohol. I'm just going to bring the BRS titanium stove, and I'm additionally going to be carrying up to 2 fuel canisters. So BRS titanium stove and 2 fuel canisters. I'm going to try to go MSR. I've never had a problem with them, but we'll see how it goes. For the pot, what I like to use is just one simple pot. It's a Toaks titanium pot. It has some handles on it. It's just enough for cooking up some oatmeal and additionally having some coffee water left over. Now, it also has a lid, which I will be bringing. I like this just because it makes the water heat up a little faster. Now, on top of the pot, I will also be bringing my homemade pot cozy, which I made out of Reflectix. What I do is I kind of just put the pot in here. I have a nice, safe place to hold it. It keeps things warm, especially if I just put the lid on, and all that fits together very nicely. Now, the reason why I want to carry this is for a couple reasons. The first reason is I like something, obviously to not burn my hands on. The second reason is it's really, really easy to put your oatmeal packets in here and then pour boiling water in the oatmeal packets. And then you can have another container or another vessel to, eat out of, and you can still drink water, coffee water out of your pot. So that's why I'm bringing that. Now the last item is brand new. I had lost my spoon on my last trip, so I went with the Tokes long-handled titanium spoon with the polished bowl. Never tried the polished bowl yet, but everything I've heard just says it's easier to clean, it feels better in your mouth. I don't know, so we're gonna go with that. The last item I'll be bringing is obviously a lighter. I usually keep one in my cook kit, and as a backup, I keep another one in my first aid / emergency kit, which we'll get into later on in this series. So let me show you how I kind of nestle everything in my pot. What I'll do is I'll take the pot and put it into my pot cozy, take my stove, throw it in the bottom as well. I'll usually turn one of the fuel canisters upside down so that the plastic part of the lid, so this is where you attach your stove, I usually take the plastic and put it on the bottom of the pot, so that way the ring, usually people have it kind of like this. I don't like that rust ring that creates sometimes, because sometimes my pot is still wet. But I'll also keep a lighter in here, and usually that doesn't rattle around too much, maybe just a little bit, but I haven't really ever been bothered by it. The lid will go on next, followed by the top of the cozy, and then there we go. That is my entire cook kit kind of nestled into itself. Now for the other fuel canister, I usually keep this, I don't know, either in the mesh in my backpack or even sometimes in the water bottle pockets. I tend to use the water bottle pockets a lot actually. But that is my entire cook kit and water filtration system and storage as well. So if you have any questions, be sure to see that comment section below. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, and follow me here on YouTube or at Frozen's Outdoor Adventures on Instagram. If you'd like to be a trail angel or to set up trail magic or to drive me into town or coordinate something with me like having a beer, etc., you can email the following email address. That email address is frozenhikes@gmail.com, and I will be checking that throughout the trail. Thanks everybody for watching. I'll see you in the next one.